Nick Lampson, who's a former Democratic congressman. Nick joins us from Beaumont in Texas. Nick Lampson, thank you so much indeed. Listen, you know what the president is always repeating, and he keeps tweeting it, read the transcript, meaning the transcript of the phone call. He says reading the transcript absolves him of any alleged misdemeanors during that phone call. What do you read into the transcript?
Well, I haven't read the transcript, but I don't know that that's critical at this point. What I find critical is that we have a rule to follow in how we go about determining whether someone has done something wrong when accused. We are a nation of laws, not of men. And so I think that the continuation of an investigation to determine what's real is extremely valid. That's why this is going on in the Congress right now. I was there in 1999 when President Clinton, during the debates on whether or not he should be impeached, I voted as a Democrat, and Clinton was a Democrat, to continue the investigation into the allegations made against him. I think those are totally appropriate, and for us to be seeing on national television the likes of Vindman and the former ambassador is very appropriate, and I think telling for what really and truly is there. If President Trump believes that the transcript exonerates him, then it needs to be put out in its entirety and let the question fall where it may.
Okay, if you're an independent voter, then you might think that Bill Taylor, the acting U.S. ambassador to Ukraine, in his testimony that it is undoubtedly his understanding that there was a favor asked by Donald Trump in return for U.S. military assistance. If you're an independent voter, you might think that Gordon Sondland, the U.S. ambassador to the EU, and his testimony that he believed that he said Trump is a businessman, and a businessman always withholds signing the check until that businessman gets what they want in return for the money. You might think that's enough for the House of Representatives to vote in favor of impeachment. So if that happens, it goes to the Senate. And then we get to the crucial question that everybody's asking, Nick, would the Senate actually vote to impeach a Republican president?
From what it looks like right now, in my opinion, doubtful. It is a majority of Republicans there. They are tending to vote, the whole nation is tending to vote partisanly right now. That is an unfortunate happening in America's politics at this point. If we could only do what our founding fathers intended when they wrote the Constitution, almost, 240 plus years ago, and if we would follow the real intent of that, then these issues wouldn't be coming up, and we would not react to partisanship. We would not vote as a Democrat or a Republican, but we would vote for what is the right thing to do for the people of the United States of America to keep our democracy strong and our people strong.
Nick, how scared do you think President Trump is about this line of questioning that the impeachment inquiry is pursuing to find out whether Donald Trump lied to special counsel Robert Mueller? And at the moment, the inquiry is trying to get its hands on grand jury material. A lawyer for the State Department has said to the impeachment inquiry, look, you are not a judicial proceeding. You are not allowed to see grand jury material. Is the president, do you think, genuinely scared of that? Because when Robert Mueller appeared before Congress, he was asked the question, do you believe that the president of the United States was truthful to you when he answered your questions in writing? And Mueller seemed to indicate in a roundabout way that he didn't think generally the president was being truthful.
He has to be concerned and at least somewhat nervous about what can happen with this. I give the fact that he is probably confident that if this issue reaches the Senate will not act against him and probably will act in his favor. But still, for a president to be impeached, just as happened with Bill Clinton, not all that long ago, those are things that one does not want in their background as a part of their legacy. So he's bound to be very concerned. He has taken some steps to try to put people in place to be able to help him, but in my opinion, those have not been well thought out, perhaps not doing him great good at this point. Do I think that he is fearful to the point where he's making himself sick? I'm not convinced of that at this point, but he has to be concerned. He should be concerned.
Nick Lampson, can I just say how much I like your model of the space shuttle? Thank you so much indeed for spending time with us on TRT World. Really appreciate it.